Hello and welcome back to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel. Today we're going to look at the Fiat Uno. Welcome back to Quartzlight, and if you're into car brochures or indeed motoring history, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. The Fiat Uno, first launched in January 1983 to replace the Fiat 127. And also interestingly, it actually arrived 1 month before the Peugeot 205. Now, the Fiat Uno, it was known by the project name Tipo Uno, which means just Type 1, which makes sense as the Panda was Tipo Zero. Type 0. Now, it didn't arrive to the UK till June 1983, and by December 1983 it had won the European Car of the Year. Interestingly, just in front of the Peugeot 205. And it was known as being, a very slippery design. I think it was about 0.34 and a nice roomy cabin. It was available as a 3 or 5 door hatch, pretty much what people wanted at the time, available in quite a wide range of engines. But anyway, back to today's brochure. It's from 1987 and it is actually a UK brochure. So here is today's brochure from 1987, and at launch the Fiat Uno, like I said, available with different power plants. So we had a 0.9, a 1.1 or a 1.3. Mid 1983 came along a 1.3 litre diesel, and that was also seen in the Fiat Fiorino. But that particular engine was only available for the Italian market. Yes, those observant will notice this particular brochure is for the diesel Fiat Uno. So in 1986, the UK did get a diesel themselves. It was a 1.7 litre naturally aspirated diesel and was the only diesel sold in the UK for the Uno. The interesting thing with the Uno, you got lots of little numbers on there. This particular one, the Uno 60. 60 is how much brake horsepower they had. And then DS, D for diesel, and S meant super, I do believe, which meant it was a 5-door model. So this particular brochure is for the 60 brake horsepower Fiat Uno diesel 5-door. So a very specific brochure, isn't it, this one? Could you imagine if every car brochure had such a unique brochure for every model? So that's a little bit unusual. Now, interestingly, the only way to identify this as the diesel from the outside is just by the diesel badging, or the D badge on the outside. This is also the first generation. They're kind of like the second generation. They kind of like rounded the corners off a little bit. It improved the coefficient, but this is like the earlier first generation one. I think it was September 89 before that facelift came around. But anyway, let's have a look inside. So there we go, we're inside the brochure now, and of course we'll zoom in on this. It's a very simple, short brochure. We're already into the centre pages, so this is the main details on this page. But like I say, we'll zoom in on different features. Lovely shot of the Uno from the front. I always think the Fiat Uno, particularly in the UK, was kind of like overshadowed with cars like the Peugeot 205, but I particularly liked the Uno. It was a welcomed car, and like I said, very roomy on the inside, with great handling. The diesel was a little bit different. Really, the diesel was there purely for economy, and we'll look at some of them economy figures now. I don't particularly remember the Fiat Uno diesel. I may have seen one in the past, but I've certainly never been in one. But like I said, we'll zoom in on some of this text, have a better look at that interior, and we'll take it from there. So right at the top there, I don't know if you can make it out, it says the Uno 60DS diesel economy, space, style and refinement, 5-door versatility. The particular text at the top there is saying halogen headlamps, wind cheating styling combined with exceptionally roomy interior. And we'll certainly have a look at some of the text on the side as well. So it says the new Uno 60DS offers you the best of both worlds, the comfort and refinement of Europe's best-selling small car combined with the economy of diesel power. In fact, this new Uno has been modified and refined throughout to set new standards in diesel motoring. Uprated suspension and brakes, comprehensive boot-to-bonnet sound installation, hydraulic engine, suspension and numerous detail changes combine to provide a smooth, quiet, vibration-free ride that makes it hard to believe you're not in a petrol engine car. The 1697cc 60 brake horsepower engine delivers typically lively Uno performance with 0 to 62 time of 15 seconds and a top speed of 96 miles per hour. So, it wasn't a fast car by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure it was much more fun to get the petrol. 0 to 62 in 15 seconds is pretty slow for this time. And the economy is astonishing even by Uno standards, and this is where it really wins out. 52.3 miles per gallon around town, 70.6 miles per gallon at 56 miles per hour, 49.6 miles per gallon at 75 miles per hour. So an extremely economical car. Naturally, the incredibly roomy 5-door, 5-seat styling still beats everything in its class. The high-level specifications include 5 gears, a 60-40 split rear seat, tinted glass and internal adjustable door mirrors, all as standard. And with diesel durability, the Uno 60DS promises excellent long-term running costs to match the immediate fuel savings. The original Uno revolutionised small car motoring. Now the new Uno 60DS has started a quiet revolution of its own. So, and then we get a little bit of an image of this diesel engine. Ultra modern 1697cc 60 brake horsepower Fiat diesel engine designed for smooth, quiet running and up to 70 miles per gallon economy. So that was really the sales pitch, was that economy. And then when we look at the inside, it says full instrumentation including oil pressure gauge. The oil pressure gauge I think was specific to the diesel engine. Plenty of storage space, fascia and doors, comfortable multicoloured cloth seats. Radio is an optional extra. So like I said, very much the same as the rest of the Uno range, but with that oil pressure gauge. And then at the far side, we'll have a quick look at some of these economy figures. So there we go, a little side image of the Uno diesel, some of the specifications for that diesel engine, and that incredible fuel economy figures. Repeated down here, and then further down we've got little images or tinted windows all round, add a touch of exclusivity. Convenient interior remote release for the rear hatch, and the 60-40 split folding rear seats for load versatility. And then if we turn the page, it shows the rear of the Fiat Uno and some specifications, technical information. We'll have a look at that now. So a lot of this technical information is what we've already seen. There's some additional information like major servicing every 9,000 miles, etc. I'm not going to read through all this, But of course, if you do want to read it in any detail, of course you can pause the screen at any time. Some of the dimensions, some of the specifications that this vehicle had. So we got options like a tinted sliding glass sunroof. Talks a little bit about the aftercare, and then we've got a nice little dealer stamp from Doncaster. Looks like in that particular dealership it was both Fiat and Citroen. And at the bottom there we can see the September 87 a date code for this particular brochure. We've also got a price guide, so stick around and we'll show you that as well. And as you can see, this price list is dated August 87, so just 1 month before the actual brochure. And it's a very interesting matching list, isn't it? Because it only just shows this one model, the Uno 60 DS. So £6,540 pounds and 63 pence got you into this Fiat Uno diesel. I'm not sure what you think about this particular model. I think it was better off with the petrol personally, because really, yeah, fantastic fuel economy. But this was more of sort of like a town car rather than a long distance car. So how much you saved, unless you was really doing a lot of miles, and then really it wasn't a car you really wanted to do a lot of miles in. So, you know, I don't know how you would feel about that, and I guess the amount they sold probably told you that as well. But if we pull back, is there anything on the back of this specifications price list? So on the back page, similar sort of information on there. A reminder that it's 0 to 62 in 15 seconds, so yeah, like I say, a very slow car for the time. More information about that exterior and interior information. Showing again that oil pressure gauge being a standard piece of equipment on the diesel model. So there we go, that is the Fiat Uno 60 DS diesel. Let me know in the comments any of your experience with these cars, or indeed any of the Uno range, good or bad. It's always interesting to see. But that is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching again. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.